Good afternoon, Mike Wheeler. I want my PTV. Thank you so much. I'm back in the car. Yeah, the office again that I usually use is occupied by the woman who actually uses that office on a daily basis, so I am unable to do that. It's going to happen for probably another 2 to 3 months that I might not be able to use it. Hello, Samantha. Thank you for being there. Lucky 3. Hello. Welcome to the stream. And Noah, thank you for being here. Wow. Great to see everyone here. Carlos, the Disney World freak. Good to have you here. Leanne. Hello, Leanne. Great to see you. It's been a little interesting around here today at my office, but we'll just leave it at that. I'll keep you posted on things as things happen. Good evening, Timothy Rainwaters. How are you? And Judy, thank you for being there. Oh my goodness, I remember Romper Room where Miss Marianne would always read all the names on the screen, and I see Amy, I see Rachel, I see Noah. That's what it reminds me of. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. It is time for the Daily Dose of Disney. It's March 11th, 2020. 289 days until Christmas. It sneaks up on us. It really does. It may be March, but for us, we're always preparing for things. You know, we already have some ornaments ready for next year, the next season, things that we have been acquiring now. Doug just loves going to like estate sales, and people always think about us. And yeah, Judy, definitely romper room. But yeah, we're always preparing for Christmas. But hey, look at that. Richard is in the house. The Orlando guy, welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. So it is March 11th. Yes, Doug did find a bounty. That is true. Let's go ahead and start in on some of this history, because I've got a few things. I want something that I'm going to read verbatim here that I found in my research. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that. 1966. We're going back 54 years now. Several landowners petitioned the Circuit Court of the 9th Judicial Circuit, which serves Orange County in Florida, for the creation of the Reedy Creek Drainage District. The Drainage District became incorporated on May 13th of 1966 as a public corporation. And it was at that point that people realized that the several landowners that petitioned were all fully owned subsidiaries of the Walt Disney Company. The land within Disney World became the Reedy Creek Improvement District, and that allowed Disney to exercise governmental powers over the area. And a lot of people were concerned about the abuse that could potentially take, but you know what? It didn't happen. Check out the podcast. I was invited to be a special guest. Absolutely. Richard, congratulations on that podcast. That was pretty cool. Good job. Good job. So yeah, the Reedy Creek Improvement District pretty much had its birth, I guess you could say, on this day, March 11th, 1966, when Disney actually petitioned the court for the creation of the Drainage District, is what it was called, and then it was changed to the Improvement District. 1977, on this day, a movie came out, but it was kind of more of a compilation film, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Of course, that was Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day, Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree, and Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2, all three films put together. They had some original animation that they had to bridge all three of those cartoons together, but they did it so that it was called The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. And then the ending gave closure to the stories as well. And it was based on the final chapter in the book, The House at Pooh Corner, where they talk about never growing up, or how Christopher will grow up. But 1977, of course, we had that film a couple years ago, Winnie the Pooh, which was actually really a cute film. It was cute. Let's move forward to 1994. Now, this is the one I want to read because it was actually a portion of a response to an editorial. It was a letter to the editor titled "Disney Can Make American History Fun" by a guy named David Verbraska. Not Nebraska, but Verbraska. and he lived in New York at the time. And I am quoting what he said here. It says, "For the first time in a long time, I disagree with the premise of your editorials." Now, he wrote this to the New York Times. "Virginia, say no to the mouse," an editorial that was written on February 24th, 1994. "Say no to the mouse on the proposed Disney theme park in Virginia's Prince William County, a region of natural beauty and historic importance, flanked by the Blue Ridge Mountains and the Civil War shrines of Manassas. Your shrill characterization of Disney's America as merely a business venture and appropriately only to 10-year-old television nurtured sensibilities slights the enormous economic and, yes, the educational potential of the attraction. Disney's America will not cheapen our history, but will enliven it and bring it to more Americans, young and old. In the way that Epcot Center in Florida teaches children about science and world cultures, Disney's America seems poised to offer instructional fun in American history." His letter ended by saying, "As a history enthusiast, not an adolescent in search of mindless entertainment, I'm excited about Disney's America. I can only hope that you will be too." Now, of course, Disney's America did not make it through Virginia. Virginia eventually said no to everyone on this. They took many of those ideas and it turned into Disney's California Adventure. And we all know the dismal start that park had because of how they built it on the cheap. And I have gone on record as saying that. And, you know, when you have to take a park and put over $1 billion in to fix it, that means they built it on the cheap because they spent more on just the fix than they did on the original theme park. So, okay, off my soapbox there. 2001. On this day, if you saw the picture of Mushu going down the street in Disney MGM Studios, that was part of the Milan Parade. And that was because on this day, well, he felt that they were shrill, Doug. The guy that wrote the response to the editor was calling the New York Times shrill. So, yeah, I can understand that. The shrill characterization. Yeah, I can understand that. Anyway, the Milan Parade ended its run at Hollywood Studios. Well, at the time, Disney MGM Studios. It made its final trip down Hollywood Boulevard. And then in 2010, the Sherman Brothers, Robert and Richard, received a window on Main Street. It was an unmitigated failure. And you know what? For me, when I went there, Richard, for the first time, and I saw a tractor in Bountiful Valley Farm, and they had that listed as an attraction where you go up and you look inside the cab of a tractor, I thought, this is reprehensible, Disney. You are far better than this. I mean, come on. They put a tractor as an attraction, which is on the same level as something as Space Mountain or the Haunted Mansion. An attraction is an attraction. So if you're going to do one, put your best foot forward. Don't just plop a tractor down in a park and call it an attraction. Again, I'm sorry. I was already on my soapbox. I promise I won't get back up on it. So the Sherman Brothers got a tribute window on Main Street, USA at Disneyland. And then on this day in 2011, now mind you, this is 9 years ago. Yes, it was cringy. It was very cringy, Richard. But think about this. 9 years ago, an earthquake, 9.0 on the Richter scale, hit off the coast of Japan, caused the tsunami, and Tokyo Disneyland's resort, the Disneyland Resort in Tokyo and Tokyo Disney Sea, they temporarily closed. There was minor damage, minor injuries, but they were able to keep everyone safe. And they chose to close the parks out, because of rolling blackouts and safety concerns. But to be honest, it was probably the best thing they could have done at that point, because there was actually some kind of land shifting in the parking lot area. They had water that ended up coming in from Tokyo, I believe Tokyo Bay, somewhere around there. Water ended up on the parking lot, so the parking lot was underwater, slightly about an inch or two of water. But they fixed those things. It was It was a horrible time. I mean, I've been through earthquakes. I went through Loma Prieta in 1989 in Northern California, and then I went through the Northridge earthquake in 1991. And both of those paled in comparison to what they experienced in Japan 9 years ago today. Okay, last year, Dumbo made its world premiere in Los Angeles at a place called the Ray Dolby Ballroom. And it was released finally to all theaters in the United States later in the month of March, but it premiered on this day in 2019. That was just last year. And then finally today, Disney made some announcements. Disneyland announced that Avengers Campus will be opening at California Adventure officially on July 18th. Now, think about this. Doug and I and Ben had already planned on being down at Disneyland on July 17th because that's Disneyland's birthday. They're opening Avengers Campus on July 18th, and then the next day, July 19th, is our birthday. So it's going to be a wild time. Our birthday is going to be crazy busy. Yes, rest in peace, A Bug's Life Land. A Bug's Land. You know what, Noah? I actually did a tribute video about A Bug's Land. I'll go ahead and post the link on Twitter, kind of an in case you missed it link on that one, because I did a retrospect of A Bug's Land when Doug and I and Ben went the closing year that they had that park closed, that they closed that area. So I'll go ahead and post up that video so people can catch it on Twitter and then link to it for YouTube. So I'll do that after the stream today. But yeah, so it's July 17th, Disneyland's 65th birthday. Yes, we're headed to Disneyland for Disneyland's birthday on July 17th, Richard. We're going to be there July 17th for Disneyland's birthday, the 18th for Avengers Campus opening, and on the 19th, because it's our birthday. So, happy birthday to us and Disneyland in July. Also on this day, it was announced that Dave Smith, the official Disney historian, I'm the unofficial Disney historian, but the official Disney historian, hello Cody, thank you for joining. The official Disney historian Dave Smith passed away recently. He's going to receive a window of his own. Just like the Sherman Brothers did 10 years ago, Dave Smith is going to be receiving his window on Main Street, USA at Disneyland. So moderators, I see a lot of you here today. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate the help that you provide to us. And also the support channels. Hello, Dances with Goofy. I didn't see you join there. Thank you for being here. And Amy, I think I said hi, but thank you for being here, Amy. Moderators, thank you. And support channels, one of which I've seen here is the Orlando guy, Richard. Thank you for everything you do for us. Adventures of David and Aaron, good to see you. Oh, they've got a cool channel about cruising. They do a lot of cruising on different ships. So they're very good friends with Derek and Gregory of D&G Explorers, another one of our support channels. We also have Rob Fuzz, Two Real Geeks, and More Sunshine Please as our support channels. And we're very grateful for them. Speaking of support channels, tonight, Disney Nerd Herders is going to be on at 7 p.m. But then also at 8 p.m., D&G Explorers. They're going to have Nautical Nurse Nancy on with them tonight. So I'm definitely going to be watching them. Then I got to get busy doing some edits, making some homemade barbecue sauce and getting ready to barbecue. Oh, and I see that sounds like a wonderful idea. Is it David or Aaron that's watching right now? So either one sounds fantastic. So anyway, that is what I have here in my notes at the moment. But everyone, I just wanted to say thank you for spending this time with me. Tomorrow morning, Ben is going to be dropping a video. It's Wednesday right now. So yeah, Thursday mornings, Life with Ben goes live every Thursday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. And this week, he's taking us again. Oh, hello, David. Thank you for being here. Ben's taking us again to Nations, one of the local restaurants here in the Bay Area. We've gone there for burgers. We've gone there for pie. This time, we go for breakfast. And it's pretty good. So you'll want to join us tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for when Ben drops his video of Life with Ben, episode 41, Nations Breakfast. And then, of course, I'll be back tomorrow at the same time, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, for another edition of the Daily Dose of Disney. Everyone, thank you so much for joining me today for this edition. I got to get back to work, finish off my day, and then I'll be driving home. Everyone, have a magical evening and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow with another edition of the Daily Dose of Disney at 6 p.m. Eastern. Bye, everyone.